Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a little camera that I truly enjoy, and I could be an ambassador for the little beast. And that is the Panasonic Lumix GX85. Now, I'm kind of doing this video because this morning when I was scrolling on Reddit, there was a guy who posed a question on the Micro Four Thirds board, and he said, and I'll quote, "I've been into photography on and off over the years, and I think the thing that always stopped me was the size of the cameras. I currently have a Canon 6D full frame DSLR. It takes great photos, but it's a lot to carry, especially for things like city breaks and walking around on my lunch break at work." So he goes on and he listed some specifications and whatnot, what he was looking for in a camera. But essentially, he's a lot like me. I started out with APS-C, Nikon D200, D300, really great cameras, love them, nice lenses for them. But the truth of the matter is, they're a lot to carry around. Simple as that. I've got my camera pack that I use for my Nikon. And so when we would go on vacation to San Francisco or San Diego, I had plenty of room. I could put my camera in here. I could put my lenses and all the accessories that I needed. I could get in here. But this is a lot to carry around. We would get on a trolley or a cable car there in San Francisco, and I'd have this thing on my back, and if we weren't going very far, I'd have to sit there, with it on my back. If we were going farther, I would have to take it off. And it's just simply cumbersome. I mean, this is what this fellow is saying, is that one of the reasons that he was not doing photography so much was that the cameras that he's shooting are cumbersome, particularly the full frame that he's shooting. You get something like a 7200 on that Canon full frame, and you've got a big unit. Now on Micro Four Thirds, if you move to those large pro lenses, you're going to have some big units too, but smaller than the units in full frame cameras. So what I suggested to him, and what I've suggested to others, is that Panasonic Lumix GX85, which I have tucked in here with 3 lenses. Now, the camera itself, in the kit, at least the kit that I got, wrong side here, the camera comes with 2 lenses. By the way, this is not the lens it comes with. This is a 20mm f1.7. And as you can see, it's a pancake lens, and this is a pocketable unit. This is the kit lens. This is a 12-32, and it's small. It's smaller than the pancake lens here. I mean, not in depth, but in width. I'll put it on here. And the lens pops out like so, and it's 12-32, which is effectively, for a full frame, would be 24-64. So it comes with this lens and this lens. This is a small feels kind of cheap, and it is an inexpensive lens, granted, but it's a 45 to 150 millimeter lens, translating to 90 to 300 in a full frame. And on the camera, this is what you have, and it's really very light. So when I take this camera out, I generally have this lens on it for street photography during the day, the 12-32. But then if during the day, I usually have these cargo type pants, and I stick this lens in my pants. And so when I come across something that's out there, I grab this. Now, what do I use this for? Now, this is really an excellent lens. It takes really beautiful images. It's slow focusing, but it is a great lens. At 1.7, you're able to use this. What I use it for is indoor and evening photography, or nighttime photography, street photography at night, going into restaurants. And I'm going to show you examples from each one of these lenses, sample images, here in just a bit. But mainly I want to introduce you here to the camera and some of its features. So it has a flash, interchangeable lenses, 4K video, and really pretty good video. I'll give you some samples of the video. And cost-wise, you're looking at, it used to be $500 pre-pandemic for the kit with this lens and this lens. And now I think it's more like $800. But it is a great little camera, and like I said, with either of these two lenses, I find that I could put it in, my jacket pocket. If I'm not carrying it in my jacket pocket, I use, or some pocket, I use this, or I use the strap, and I find that it's strapped around my neck. It's a whole lot lighter than if you're carrying like an APS-C or a full frame in some city, and you got that thing dangling on your neck with a zoom lens or even with a street lens. You're carrying a lot of weight. So anyway, this is my recommendation, and I'm going to move on to the images. There's some images I took recently. I have several cameras, not to brag, but I have several cameras. And recently we took a trip to Hawaii, Kauai to be exact. And of all the cameras that I have in my arsenal, this is the camera that I took. I have cameras that are far better and with far more features and much better lenses. But when I get to Hawaii or San Francisco, wherever, and I'm on vacation, I find, look, I want to take some great images, but since I'm not selling them online or doing it commercially, I also want to enjoy my vacation, and I don't want to be carrying around that big sack. Like, I don't even carry this around. I carry the camera in this to the location, but when I walk out the door, I generally walk out the door with the camera in hand or around my neck on a strap, and this lens in one of my pockets. And you know how these cargo shorts are, how they got the big, pockets down there. And so I'll put this maybe in one pocket. If I think it's going to get dark while I'm out, I could put this in another pocket. And this does come in handy. When we were in Hawaii, we went to Waimea Canyon, and while we were there, there was some wildlife, some goats and whatnot. So it was nice to have this lens to pop on the camera, to have that 300 millimeter effective, 150 effective 300 millimeter on a full frame reach with this lens. So let's move on to some sample images. Okay, the first set of images that I've got here were taken with the Panasonic Lumix 1232 pancake lens. Again, that's the very compact lens that you can, put this thing in your jacket pocket. It's good up until about this time, which is dusk or, sunset. After that, then I'd recommend you switch to, something faster. This is some images I got down at the McBride Gardens. Kind of a magical place. Highly recommend you visit if you can. And then ending this section with the 1232 here is a little video of a stream there in the gardens. And now we'll move on to the 45-150 kit lens. So these images here taken with that lens. Here I've cropped in this egret. You can see it's a pretty crisp image. Very nice. Got this rooster here. And I followed him around, and son of a gun if I wasn't able to get him doing his cock-a-doodle-doodle thing. And then from here, we're going to Waimea Canyon. And a beautiful canyon. It's called the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. It was a cloudy, foggy, overcast day. There's some goats there on the hill and side of the mountain. And now moving on, we're going to the 20 millimeter 1.7. And this was taken at this restaurant, the tasting room. And as we were there, it turned into evening. So this lens was perfect. As you can see, it takes really good images indoors. And here's a picture of the bar and a picture of one of the owners of the establishment. Really nice gal. And then here's a few food pics that I took just to kind of give you an idea of how stellar the images can be. I had some wonderful French onion soup there. My daughter, I think, had this, or my wife had that. And I had the rack of lamb. Anyway, all in all, great time with that lens in the restaurant. And now we're finishing up with just a few video clips that I took with the 1232 at the beach. So this is back to the 1232, just finishing off, just to let you see, how it performs. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I can't say enough about the camera. I really do like it, and like I said, I could be an ambassador for it. It's just a great little machine. So if you liked, be sure to like, give me a thumbs up, and don't hesitate to subscribe.